they might go into week one only giving generic Prince 3 or 4 touches. Breaks one of those for a 70-yard touchdown, you're tearing up that plan, and now all of a sudden Prince might be the most valuable running back in that backfield fantasy.
I absolutely love it. And that's like we said, don't roster running backs until it's week 6 or 7 and you're definitely a contender. But if you're rostering running backs who are free in August and in September, those are exactly the types of guys, because it's nothing but profit. Nothing but profit is exactly how I described the last hour. Sigmund, thank you for joining us. Go follow this guy on Twitter at Sigmund Bloom. Go check out what he's doing at Football Guys, and we will talk to you next week.
Sports betting can be fun, just like football. There's excitement, winning. But imagine that sports betting is a 300-pound lineman coming straight at you. For tips that will help keep you on your feet, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
Welcome to Fantasy Football Weekly, a production of iHeartRadio.
Time now for Fantasy Football Weekly from iHeartRadio, your weekly source for the nation's best fantasy football advice, speculation, and whatever stupid stuff they decide to drop into the show. Now here's your host, Paul Charchian.
It's Fantasy Football Weekly. I am Paul Charchian, my co-host, as has been the case for most of these off-season episodes, Brian Johnson. Hey,
What's
hey.
up, Charge? Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, I love the 4th of July weekend.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
I had a sense we were just talking off air about it, and
Yeah. Well, Minnesota's a very unique case, and I don't want to bore people with too much Minnesota-centric stuff, but in Minnesota, like half the population owns a cabin in the north half of Minnesota where all the lakes are.
Or they know someone who will.
Or know somebody, right.
Right.
So much of the Twin Cities just empties to the north, and
Yes.
I love being in town where there's no traffic. The restaurants aren't crowded. The movie theaters aren't crowded. Everything I want to do has got less people in it.
We are in lockstep there. Love
Yeah,
it.
that part is fantastic.
Going up north, way too much riffraff. I just hate fireworks. I'm not like the big organized ones. You want to go sit in traffic and walk out to the field or the Brit? Fine.
You're not interested in the firecracker, the Roman
or
candle,
the people
or
who cross the border. For those who don't know, in Wisconsin, you can
get the
buy
good stuff.
the real deal. Well,
Yeah.
I hate the good stuff, especially people that are lighting them off at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you got to be
freaking out the
thoughtful. You got to be
dogs.
thoughtful about that stuff. But what if it's
people
what
are
if it's
not
10
thoughtful.
o'clock on the 4th of July? Game on. I mean, that's your problem, not theirs at that time.
They're breaking the law,
No, they're not.
aren't they?
No.
They're
Not
bringing back
against a lot of shit off fireworks. You just have to be
Wisconsin
sensible
ones.
about when you do it.
Those things are like weapons of mass destruction.
Bring it on, baby. I love that stuff. I love it. Now, I'll tell you what I,
I
don't
cannot
like.
wait until the 5th of July.
Here's what I don't like about fireworks, and it's the only thing for me, is I am one of those people that mosquitoes love me. They've got my scent. I've got the blood type they love. And so if you're outside watching some big fireworks thing, the mosquitoes find me first. And I can't, in the 20 minutes it takes to get through the whole fireworks display regimen, I've got like 40 mosquito bites. And I'm not kidding. I mean, it's like every few seconds I'm getting a bite.
I love the people that take pictures or videos of the fireworks. Like you're ever going to go back and look at them.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It doesn't.
whoa,
It just doesn't work.
check out this
No.
picture of this firework.
No.
You really had to be there, but
It's like concerts. It's like the people who film the concerts. It doesn't work that way.
just enjoy the moment with your
Just-
eyeballs.
Exactly. Because it's not going to translate, and it won't mean it's like 1/10 as good later.
All right, let's
Speaking
talk
of
about
Minnesota,
football. Yeah.
Hey, let's break down the off seasons and the forecasting for the NFC North and the AFC North.
We're going to close it out, right?
Yeah, so we've
Our
already
last-
done all the other divisions, and these are our last divisions to do, the Norths, which also, I think the key part of this, in addition to just getting up to speed on some of the key offseason moves, is really identifying the players that are getting drafted wrong right now based on current ADP. And let's, why don't we start in, I don't know, want to do Green Bay?
Sure. I think that is you.
Oh,
though,
that is
right?
me. Yeah, how about Detroit?
Yeah, we can go to Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit. They're the favorite by a mile. They're the Vegas favorite to win the
Yeah, the
division.
NFC North, wide open in my opinion. But yes, Detroit are the favorites. Those are the times we're living in. It's kind of crazy. The Lions also one of the teams with the most turnover on offense this offseason. Major moves in their backfield. Jamal Williams, last year's leading
Touchdown leader, yep.
rusher, gone in New Orleans now. DeAndre Swift traded to the Eagles. So in comes David Montgomery to likely assume the Jamal Williams role.
Yep.
And they drafted rookie Jahmyr Gibbs with the 13th overall pick for
I
like
think 12,
major
yeah.
draft capital
Yep.
sunk into Gibbs, who's expected to play this hybrid running back receiver role. We'll see how that pans out, but it's really going to be a Montgomery with the early down work, it looks like, and Gibbs, he'll play most downs, but certainly third down specialist, you would think, coming out of the backfield. At wide receiver, DJ Chark left via free agency. Back home comes Marvin Jones
Yeah.
to the Lions.
What's left of his career.
40-year-old
Yeah.
Marvin Jones. Jamison Williams, not really an off-season move, but he made a move with his finger on his phone in the facility where he made a bet.
Yep.
And
by
hopefully
the way,
won.
if I recall, it wasn't even in the facility. I think
It
it was an
wasn't?
away game hotel.
Oh.
Is where he placed the bet, and now he's out 6
But
weeks.
that's considered, like
yeah,
off. That's like a
Yeah.
traveling team.
right.
But anyway, he'll miss the first 6 games. We'll talk about the wide receiver situation a little more in a minute or two. Lions also drafted tight end Sam Laporta out of Iowa in the second round. He's expected to be their starting tight end going into the season. And Hendon Hooker drafted to back up. Well, I don't know if he's not going to be the initial backup for
No.
Jared Goff, but he's an intriguing dynasty stash.
Yeah.
But
2024.
yeah,
2025.
definitely not this year. We won't expect much from Hooker. Will the offense be better or worse than last year? It was top 5 offense last year. I'm going to say about the same, but the
Could
loss
be
of
better.
could be
Jameer
better.
Gibbs is a huge
It
upgrade
is.
potentially.
But the Jamison Williams suspension, granted, he
was-
missed a lot of last year,
Yeah.
but he came on strong at the end of the year. He was
strong. He has 8 catches on the year.
But he'll miss the first 6 games. But it's not going to get any worse. We'll put it that way. I think it's going to. I'll go with better, but it's not going to get worse, even though there's a lot of changes on that offense. To me, the most underdrafted player right now is David Montgomery.
Agreed.
At running back
Love it.
26, 84th overall. I mean, Jamal Williams, 17 touchdowns last year, and it's not like Montgomery's automatically slated for 17 touchdowns.
well, no,
but,
he won't get 17.
but he should
could
get double-digit
but even
touchdowns.
But even if he gets roughly half that, so you put him on 9.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown every other game
Yeah, and
for Montgomery.
At running back 26, I'll take that all day. And Jahmyr Gibbs, the most overdrafted to me, at running back 14, going 41st overall. You're getting a 50% discount on Montgomery, who I would suspect is going to score more.
All right. Okay.
You shut the camera off.
I'll turn